Today I'm critiquing the perfect mansion, or at least the closest thing I've ever seen to a perfect mansion, and then at the end of the video I'm going to give it an Arvin score, which is going to score higher than any other property I've ever scored. So make sure you watch till the end. But before we get started, there are 3 things I need to clear. Number 1, I'm not the listing agent for this property. 2, this is not a sponsored video. If I ever get money for making a video, I will let you know. This is not one of them. 3, I would love to sell it to one of you guys. I would love you to pick me up with your private jet and go visit this property because it's absolutely the best I've seen by a big margin. Okay, before I show you guys this crazy video, I gotta go over the specs myself because there's no presenter in this marketing video I'm gonna show you. It's got just B-roll footage going around with a drone. Now pay attention. We're in French Polynesian, Bora Bora Island. We got 4 acres flat, west facing, and you got the ocean on one side and the famous Bora Bora Lagoon on the other side. Then you got 3 structures. You got a 7-bedroom main house. They all have in-suites. And then you got 2 other structures. One is a 4-bedroom staff house and a 2-bedroom apartment for management. Now, let's cover how the house sits on the lot. Here's the bird's eye view, and I know what you're thinking. Arvin, is that a river? No. That's your approach. That's your private boatway. There are no cars on this island. You land in the airport, you catch a boat, you come over to the back of your property. You can get off the dock or you can get in your private canal. The private canal goes around your property. It repositions you to your boat court or motor court. Now, this area of the property also functions as your back lagoon off the lagoon. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. But most importantly, it repositions you dead center on the most gorgeous view of your lifetime. And then you look at the stairway, look at the exterior architecture, the property stepped up, it's pedestaled up. This is important because the water could fluctuate. You want to be a little bit above the sea level, and boom, here's your wow factor. I hate the leather couches, but I hate the cherry wood finish on the exterior decking even more. They should have certainly gone with that gray rustic wood finish around the decking of the pool. It's way more subtle. Just that orange red color doesn't go with nature over here. I don't like it at all, but that could be changed really easily. What matters over here is that you get views from all the 6 bedrooms, same equal view from your dining room, from your formal living space, from your kitchen, and your TV room. Upstairs, you got a primary bedroom, and then you got a crazy basement I'm going to show you later. It's going to blow your mind. As you go outside, you see a 94,000-gallon aquarium that is connected to the lagoon and the sea. Like fishes are coming around your house. And then you got the 74-foot swimming pool straight with a shallow up front. And then you have rolling lawn on both sides. You go all the way down. There's even a Polynesian hut right there where you can barbecue and chill. And then you hit the most beautiful sand and water you can imagine. And then when you turn around, you look back towards your villa. Architecturally, it's not trying to compete. It's just blending in. It's really important when you have one of the most gorgeous locations not to compete with God, okay? And they did it. It just blends in absolutely perfectly with its surrounding. One of the most beautiful executions of integrating the property with nature. Now let's watch this video because it's gonna blow your freaking mind off. Okay, here's the back facade. Symmetric, beautiful, doesn't compete with nature. This is your front facade. Again, beautiful. Now, the first time I saw this video about 2 years ago, I thought this was a lagoon. Like the architect was messing around. You can jump in there and swim to the ocean. And when I realized it's actually a canal to reposition you, so when you enter the property, you will see the view dead center. I was so impressed by the architect. Now, the drone pilot here probably was either, a Top Gun pilot or an IDF pilot because he really messes around. Dodging trees here. Look at that pool, 74 foot. And then you got the Polynesian hut right by the water, and you got endless amount of lawn where you can play. You even got a little bar over there with stools. Now, this is your 94,000-gallon aquarium, which connects through that pipe to the area. Now, this is your wow factor when you enter. I hate that cherry wood. It should have been the same color as the decking, where that gray finish would have looked so much better. And I know if you're an atheist, you're looking at this, you're like, I was wrong. God does exist. It's absolutely freaking awesome. Look at this. And you got the ocean on the other side, the wild side, and the calm side on this side. Now, you got 7 bedrooms, and the biggest flaw about this property, none of these 6 bedrooms connect to the main house, or maybe 2 of them do, but 4 of them are like standalone kind of bungalows with a great, beautiful backyard, but they don't connect with the house. You have to enter from the outside. Now, it's covered patio, so if it's raining, you're not going to get wet, but the flow is pretty bad. Behind that is your chef's kitchen, and then you've got a beautiful volume for your family reception, and that's your show kitchen. And then on the behind this wall, you're going to get a little TV area, which again opens up to your backyard ocean view. Now, the craziest part about this property is the basement. If you thought so far this was great, this is gonna blow your mind. It is absolutely crazy. Here's your 94,000 aquarium showroom. You've got a massive basement, really low ceilings, I know, but you got a little bedroom there too that you can actually look into there. Great space. It feels like a movie theater, but don't worry. You actually do have a movie theater. You have a spa. You have a dry sauna. You have a steam sauna. You have a cold plunge. You have an indoor swimming pool and a jacuzzi. It's absolutely incredible. Now we're back into the formal living space, which is right next to the kitchen. It's a great place for everybody to congregate, but everyone has to go outside. And now you're saying, Arvin, we're in Bora Bora. You should go outside. Look, I can't really argue with that. It is a vacation home. Now, the other really big negative of this property is that the primary suite is upstairs and there's no other bedroom here. So if you have a family with young kids, considering none of the bedrooms downstairs connected to the living room or each other, your kid's going to be sleeping on this ugly leather couch. Now, before I talk about the finishes, which I'm not a big fan of, let's talk about the volume here and the exposure. The volume is great. In fact, throughout the whole property, everything was very proportional, very large, very decent, except for the basement. But I feel like that aquarium really stole the show anyways, and the width and the length were good. The ceiling heights were really low. Now, the exposures are great. You're getting north, east, west, south, so you're going to be lit. You're going to have a lot of natural light coming here. Now, when it comes to finishes, the finishes are just, I like how they're neutral they are, and they're not competing with nature, but they're definitely not, that bespoke level. I think it could have been better. Apparently, when this property was built was COVID. And during COVID, it was really hard to source material and get everything you wanted. And that's difficult, especially when the location is in French Polynesian Bora Bora. As beautiful as this is, it's a hard place to get to. And on that note, let's give it an Arvin score. But before I do that, if you're planning to purchase a property like this or any property above $10 million, and you want me to be that guy too, either as your agent in California or as a referral agent anywhere around the world, from New York to Miami to Dubai to Southeast Asia, South America, or anywhere in Europe or Africa, I would love to be that resource to you. And guess what? It won't cost you $1 more than any other agent representing you. I charge $55,000 upfront. That's for 12 months of service. If you purchase a property during that time, I will refund the entire sum back to you in escrow. And if you're not ready, wait till you're ready so you can purchase during that 12 months. If you want to reach out to me, here's the QR code. I would love to be that resource to you. Okay, location. I'm going to give it a 9.5 and I will tell you guys why. I know what you're thinking. Arvin, it's the most beautiful location in the world and it's associated with the ultra high end. It's very expensive. Yes, but it is very hard to get to. It's just really, really isolated. Now, if for a buyer who wants to have that, Armageddon, World War III, really safe haven location, I think it's even safer than New Zealand. And if you want to live in a beautiful island with an amazing culture where people are extremely nice and happy all the time, this is it. Like, don't hesitate. It's amazing. It's for sale for $39 million, and I would love to be that guy who represents you. Lot quality. You got 4 acres, perfect dimension, all flat, ocean to lagoon. I wish I could give it an 11. It's going to get a 10. Lot utilization. You have the most incredible approach, better than any private driveway you can think of, which also served as a barrier to the property right next to you, which is a hotel. It was like a trench. And then you had an amazing side setback on the other side. You had a humongous backyard. It's an absolute 10. Privacy. Look, no one has a direct line of sight to the property. You're perched up. You have a lot of setbacks. You have your canal separating you from the hotel. Now, I've never given it higher score than 8 for any waterfront property because that access. But I don't know if there's any thieves in Bora Bora. It's the happiest place on earth. The people are the nicest people you can imagine. I'm going to give it a 9. Law orientation. Look, technically you're west facing, but you're also east facing, south facing, north facing. The bedrooms were stepped in. I don't know if you noticed that, but you get double exposure from every bedroom. And then you've got your primary suite that gets 4 different exposures. Your living room was open both ways. It's going to get a 9.5. Architectural style. This is an easy one. It was symmetric. It was subtle. It did not try to impress. It did not try to take your attention. It fit even if you didn't know the architectural style of the locals over there. It was authentic and it was not trying to compete with Mother Nature. It is so important when you're in God's territory, okay? Not trying to outdo him. And it gets an absolute 10 for that. Views. This is by far the most beautiful view you can imagine. Dead center, mountain, framed by the ocean, lawn to back it up. It does not get better than this. It's a 10. I wish I could give it a 20. Layout. The wow factor was amazing. Then when you went to the basement, you got that huge volume. You had a secondary wow factor, which nobody ever expected. You even have a movie theater. You had a spa, dry and sauna with a cold plunge, indoor swimming pool. The weirdest thing is the fact that the bedrooms didn't connect with the living areas. Now you're thinking, Arvin, it's a vacation home. It's okay. They can go outside. You're supposed to go outside. But I feel weird about this because I've scored all the other properties according to this scale, so I have to make an adjustment and I don't want to do it. I want to keep it fair for this property, so I have to give it a 7. Scale and volume. All the rooms were very, very proportional. The bedrooms were a good size. The family room was massive. The primary bedroom had great volume. The basement just screwed it up. This could have been an 8, but I can't give it anything more than a 7. Finishes. Look, I think they did the absolute minimum to get away with it. They didn't bring that natural, beautiful stone to the inside. And then they used that really ugly orange exterior finishes. They didn't really screw it up. They didn't take the attention away, but I can't give it anything more than a 6. Now, this is the highest Arvin score I've ever given to any property in the world because it's the most well-rounded property that I've ever seen. This property is currently being rented and it's available for sale for $39 million. And if you want to purchase it, I would love to be that agent that represents you. So fly your jet over here to LA, pick me up, and let's go see it. Now, if you like this property, this is the second best home I've ever critiqued. Check it out.